When James and I got married, a baby was not in the plan. James already had a teenage daughter from an early relationship, and though when I was little I dreamed of having a baby girl, that dream had faded completely in adulthood. It took time for me to realize that this change was likely the result of years of the mother-daughter role reversal I'd experienced with Mom, but my desire for a baby had not returned. But at the age of 34, biology spoke to me in a voice louder than anything I'd ever experienced, drowning out logic and reason. Between one day and the next, the thought was there, as sudden and insistent as if a microchip had been inserted into my brain. I want a baby, I thought as I swung my legs out of bed one morning. What? I gave it time. Refusing to let my usual impatience run the show, I convinced myself it must be a phase. Not that it mattered much. Whatever the case, I was pretty certain I knew what James's answer would be. Not only did I know his feelings on the topic, but also in our 5 years together, I'd come to believe that his drive to find professional success came above all else. 2 months later, when the microchip was still giving off its signal approximately every 3 minutes of my waking life, I knew I needed to talk to someone about it. Since Mom was the only person in my life who'd known me when I was younger and wanted a baby, I decided on her. She and I didn't chat much, partly because my relationship with her always made me feel like a failure. I seemed to be the lowest rung on her ladder of priorities, like everything she was doing despite her vows of love to me, forgetting my birthday, only visiting me when it was convenient for her boyfriend, like when they were driving through town, for example. Even trying to cure her spreading cancer with herbs was an insult to me. And yet, I didn't seem to possess enough courage or bitterness or principled conviction to cut her from my life. So instead, we existed in a place of absolute inauthenticity, chatting every few months about this or that without sharing anything meaningful. Maybe one day, I thought, something would matter enough to bring us together again. A baby? Darling, that's wonderful. You'd be an amazing mother, she said, her voice airy with pot smoke when I delivered my eventless news. And about time. I've been waiting for you to have one since you were a teenager. I rolled my eyes in annoyance. No, it's not wonderful. James will never agree to it, and it's not like... What? Well, it's not like we're doing really great or anything. It was the first time I'd admitted this truth out loud. Our little house in suburbia had not cured my homesickness, nor had it done anything to further unite James and me. His company seemed to be taking off, which was positive, but it meant our dinner conversations now revolved mostly around how I was going to get my business off the ground. We both knew he was bound for huge success, but the same wasn't obvious of me. I knew his insistence on my prosperity should have motivated me. After all, he was older, wiser, and more experienced in entrepreneurship than me, and there was nothing I craved more than his approval. And I recognized that no one in my life had ever had expectations of how I should behave or what I should achieve, certainly not my mother or other family members, so it stood to reason that I had much to learn from my husband. All the same, I found myself wishing for a more defined separation of career and marriage.